Good morning, ladies, and welcome to our Design Your Dream Online Business Facebook Live series. Now, I have been running these for the past week or so. So we did three last week. We're up to tip number 4 today. Now, if you did miss any of the previous tips, they are up as Facebook Lives in our group, so you can access them whenever you like. And please go back and look at them because there's going to be a lot of exciting tips for you in there, particularly if you are new to an online business, but also for those of you who are seasoned business women. So please pop back in and have a look at the previous videos if you haven't already seen them. So our last video was nurture your community with powerful content to grow your business fast. So that was tip number 3, which was last Friday. Now today what we're going to be talking about is tip number 4, which is the definitive social media you need for an online business. No website required. And as you know, social media cannot be avoided nowadays. And for myself, social media is my biggest marketing tool. It's where I get my clients from, it's where I build my relationships, it's where I spend most of my time online. So I find it an invaluable tool. But it is very easy for you to go on there without a plan, to spend all of your time, to waste your time on social media and really find that you're not making the return on investment of time, energy and money. If you're doing Facebook ads or Google ads or something like that, that you really want when you are in business. So you want to get the most bang for your buck in terms of actual bucks, in terms of money, but also for the time investment that you're putting in. And the key to that is to use it as a very valuable tool. Now, so many people when they start an online business think that the first thing they need to do is to get a website. And really that is not, that's one of the worst things that you can do. If you are still defining who you are, who you serve, who your target audience is, the services that you're offering, what exactly your business is going to, what shape and form it's going to take, then the worst thing you can do is to create a website when you are in that state of uncertainty. Because if you try and throw something up there just so that you have a presence, you're going to find that later on, once you have really defined and honed in on who you want to work with and the branding that you want, that website is going to be out of date and you're going to have to either start from scratch or you're going to have to, rehash it and redo it. And it's just an utter waste of time and money and energy and stress when you are starting out in business and getting online. So I would recommend starting in social media and creating a Facebook page for business. That can be your I suppose your website until you get clearer and more established in your business and you're actually ready to do that. And a Facebook page, a business page, is free and it gives you a presence online where you can send people to, and you have that professionalism. You have something online that is your home, I suppose, for your business. So you really don't want to have that website until you're 100% happy with your niche, with who you're working with, and the message that you want to put out there. So the type of branding that you want. And that's something that you can really get onto quite quickly with social media, but you can play around with it. So don't think that you can't do anything until you have really defined all of those intricate pieces, the type of branding that you want to have, the colors that you want to use, the message that you want to get across, the essence of your brand, those values, those core values that are integral to you and who you serve and the image that you want to portray out in the big wide online world. You can still play around with those things, and by starting with a Facebook page, for example, you can test and tweak, and if things change along the way, it's quite easy for you to change your profile picture on there and your banner and change the direction that you're going with that Facebook page, rather than a full-on website that you need a web designer to change everything and completely change all your colors and your images and your themes and start again from scratch. So, of course, you're not going to go onto social media with no idea of who you work with and the branding or the persona that you want to present. So it is quite important to decide early on, at least where you are right now, what you want your business to look like. Are you a luxury brand? Are you a down-to-earth girl next door type of brand? Are you a very elegant monochrome key, monochrome colors? Are you wearing evening gowns? Are you wearing sports clothes? What sort of feel do you want? What do you want to evoke in your potential client? What feeling do you want to evoke in them? And what image and what message do you want to send out there? Because you want to be consistent with that. Once you choose and define that, at least for a while you're still testing, get something together that you can then use consistently moving forward so that you're not chopping and changing every second day. And I've seen that happen, and it's very confusing for a potential client because they have no idea who you are, what you do, and who they're going to see next, because you're always different. And they'll just gloss over you. You won't be able to build that brand recognition, that real sense of people starting to get to know you and connect with you, because you're always changing and they don't know who to connect with. So having that idea of your branding and message is going to be key in building that online presence and getting people to get to know you and seeing how they react to the message that you're putting out there. Now, there are a lot of different social media platforms too. There is Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Pinterest, there's LinkedIn, there's Instagram, there's Google+, all these different types of social media platform. And if you tried to be out there on every single one, expanding your client base and trying to be visible on all of those, then you are going to be exhausted, and your message, that's where you're going to be spending all your time. You'll have no time to see clients. You'll have no time to be strategic and plan any really cool marketing events or strategies or campaigns, because you will be constantly on the go, jumping from one Facebook group to the next, posting on Instagram, spending time interacting with people on LinkedIn. You need to decide on where your ideal client spends most of their time, and that's where you spend your time, because you want to be able to connect with them, you want to be able to build relationships with them. So if they are on Facebook, then you spend time on Facebook. And really, I would suggest not to have more than 2 or 3 main social media platforms that you concentrate on and spend your time. And of those, in, I would say 99% of cases, Facebook should be one of those, because it is such a huge place, online place, platform, and there is so many different people who are on there and so many ways that you can reach them. So you can join Facebook groups that contain your ideal client, and this is something I would really highly recommend. Sussing out where they spend their time. So if they are, if you've got a mum who's got her own business, a mumpreneur, for example, you can go to certain Facebook groups that contain mumpreneurs. If you are someone who specialises in natural therapies and helping women with period pain, for example, you can go online, you can search in the search box and put in keywords, and groups that contain your ideal client will pop up there. So Facebook is fantastic for targeting and really going deep into the sort of problems that you help people with, and finding out where those people are. The same with paid Facebook advertising. It's relatively cheap compared to other forms of advertising, and it can be super targeted, so that you can really find exactly who your ideal client is and get your message right in front of them. So having that Facebook business page is going to be key for anyone, I think, who has an online business. Having that as your point of reference to send people to and to base your activity around. It's your business page. It's the face of your business online, particularly if you are not yet at the stage where you have a website. And the next step I would suggest after that, once you have defined who you work with and who your target market is to develop your own Facebook group and use that as a platform to gather people who are potentially your ideal clients to you and build that community where you are seen as the expert because you are running the group. You can set your own rules, you can create the theme that you want, you can create the atmosphere that you want and the vibe in your group, and you can make connections and build relationships with people who are then going to be able to, they're going to be seeing you as an expert, and they're going to be able to potentially be your clients down the track. So those are just a few tips. These are only short videos that I want you to have time to watch them and not think, oh, this is going for an hour. Who's got time to sit down and listen to someone talking for an hour? I want them to be short and sharp, to the point. Any questions you have, post them below. To go into all of this in much more depth, my 5-day online workshop is coming up on the 5th of June. And that will be 5 days of videos, live videos like we're doing now, very targeted on your client booking roadmap. And I'll put the link below here in the chat box underneath. And please feel free to register for that, because that is something that is going to be very, very powerful if you are looking to get more clients and create a really streamlined system that will enable you to have a constant flow of clients coming into your sphere of influence that you can then convert into clients, actual clients. So prospects coming in that you will then convert into clients. So that is going to be so exciting, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. So for now, I will leave you. Please pop any questions up here in the chat box and I will answer them very soon. Bye for now.